So yes, we are like computers because we process information, but we're even better. We can do so much more. We can do more computations. We're capable of way more computations than a mechanical computer or just watching TV. We are the human computer. We process information. We are capable of storing a lot of information, so therefore we can be compared. I can be compared to a computer. A human can be compared to a computer. You make a comparison, they're compared, because you're comparing it. But another thing is that I know is that we are also like supercomputers. We are supercomputers, and we don't need to be getting angry at most things. We have a machine inside of our head that helps us think, problem solve, and process information. Because our brain is a wonderful machine that's capable of that. And I'm doing this because Tyler does not want me using that N-O-T word. We are really thinking machines that problem solve and do math and calculate with writing algorithmic tables and stuff. We entertain ourselves with these machines, but we are way better than these machines. We could be similar to a mechanical computer, but I don't know what to tell you. I am not a mechanical computer, and I cannot do nothing about it. But I do have a way to compare my brain to it. Like saying, metaphorically speaking, I am a machine because I process information. But that's another way to say you're a machine. It's through metaphor.
Can you lower your voice?
It's through metaphors. So I did got mad because I thought I wasn't gonna lose my 2 o'clock, and my 2 o'clock is still there. I will be able to find it on the other side when I graduate from the Kessler. But remember, I will go to another place and I'll still have my 2 o'clock, because computer is really a job that my brain does. It computes. So you can call it a computer. It processes information, so you can call it a computer if you want to. Both brains and computers do the same thing. They have the same functions. They are alike. They are similar. I'm gonna say this, guys. This is a movie about getting 2 o'clock, earning my 2 o'clock. Hush-a-shree, you 2 o'clock boys. Hush-a-shree, you 2 o'clock boys. Hush-a-shree, you 2 o'clock boys. Hush-a-shree, I'm the 2 o'clock boy. To the city, I've been up in the city. Knowing what's right, I be up in the build. Talking about me, I got up in the mix. Knowing what the mix got, coming a brick to brick. What that at? Like saying go high, win that child, go and hit my ride. Knowing a pop, when a person wanna smack him. Yeah, throw it in my ad. Like 65 man, I earned my 2 o'clock. Now 65:30 down the out of my ad. Looking at that beach dog, call my ad. Oh, my ex trying to walk that day. Squeezing me on this dog, walk that day. Squeezing me on this dog, proud that face. Earn that 2 o'clock. It's the 2 o'clock boys. You see him that's driving a car? He's not a computer. He's a human. He does not compute for a living. He's a dead rock, or maybe he's a dead rock. If he dies, he's a dead rock. He still has to compute to be alive, but he is not a computer, but he computes. If I have a tantrum and I lose my 2 o'clock, then I'm still able to earn it back for next time. And the reason why my teacher took my 2 o'clock is because I was being unsafe. I broke chairs, broke tables, broke lights, all sorts of stuff, okay? Now, this is not even really a movie meant for children, but I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what I think before I tell you the truth. I think that being a human takes away being a computer, being a mechanical computer. I would say that being a human takes away being a computer, and being a mechanical computer takes away being a human. It's all what I gotta say. For the love of God, I will tell you one more of my opinions first. In my opinion, metaphorically, I don't gotta be a human. Metaphorically, I don't gotta act like a human all the time. When I know I can be compared to a mechanical computer, it ain't ready to even tell you the truth. And I'm really serious to tell you the truth. I can be compared to a machine. I am like a machine. I do the same functions as a machine. I'm capable of doing many things that a machine does, like processing information, storage, and input. So metaphorically speaking, I am a machine. Okay? And just remember, I compute, so therefore I'm a computer. But what's my next opinion? My next opinion is that being a human takes away being a computer. That means I'm fully different from a computer, in my opinion. And computers are fully different from brains, and computers are not like brains. And brains are not like computers. Like I said, it takes away my biggest approach to kind of say that we're not mechanical, or if we compute, we're not computers. And that person right there that's walking in the street doesn't compute for a living. They don't compute for a living. See, that person driving a car, he's not a computer, so he does not compute for a living. And I'm going to get a view of it. Okay. Let's talk about what we know first. We are humans, but our job title is computer. And if we compute, we are computers. But remember, we are really humans in reality, but our job title is computer. So don't have your biggest approach on just thinking of yourself as a computer, because it ain't gonna work. You probably know the truth. You're a human, but you can be called a computer. You can't be a computer, but you can be called a computer. Just for my biggest knowing and biggest effort of knowledge and understanding, how about we give the song a listen? Oh wow.
Yeah, you can't be a computer. You're right. Yeah, you can't be a computer. You're right. Yeah,
you want to say it? Yeah, why does this always have to be my job title?
It's not your job title.
Oh, wow.
What are you talking about that? You are not allowed to talk about that.
I am just a human. Oh wow.
Yeah. Yo,
you want to say it? I don't think they're doing that all the time. Oh wow.
Why are you even thinking of yourself as a computer? You are not a computer, you are a human. You're right. Yo,
I have feelings. Now my dad doesn't want to buy me a laptop.
I can even not understand what the... Are you saying you can't be a computer? You're a human.
Oh wow.
Yo,
just know that my dad will not buy me a laptop, and my dad will not buy me a computer.
If you even want to think that you are, but you're not,
buy me these
you can get mad all you want. You're not a computer, you're a human being.
Or a laptop. All these music distributors want to
you can get mad all you want. You're not getting a laptop because you haven't earned it. You haven't behaved.
And you know it's computer is not one of my job titles. It's not one of my tasks as being a computer and computing. If I do the ing, then I'm not the computer of that something. And I mean it. I'm just saying, if I'm computing, it doesn't make me the computer of that something. It doesn't make me the computer of that something. And like, I need to know it, because I think being a human fully takes away being a computer, and that I'm exactly not a computer. I'm actually a human. It was where my biggest approach is that being a human does take away being a computer. We kind of get the aspects in that, but saying that these men are not computers, they are just brains. They are just brains that control their bodies that are driving around the road. We call them brains, not computers. This is the No Computer Zone movie. We don't call them computers in this movie. We call them brains. Their internet is called what? Their internet is just called knowledge. Their computer is just called their brain. It's not a computer. And yeah, the biggest approach. And what about viruses? It's called feelings. It's not a computer virus. But you can compare it to a computer. Like I said, you can compare anger and sadness to a computer virus and say how they're give facts about how a brain and a computer can be very similar in a lot of ways. But other than that, brains are not called computers. Brains are called brains. And you just got the biggest approach from making comparisons of yourself and taking it too far by comparing yourself to a machine. Where you don't understand, you are not a machine, you are a human. And human beings, like they drive that car, but they are not a computer driving that car. The computer brain is the one CPU, but they're not the computer. They're the human beings that approach something where if they're computing, they're not the computer of that something. I saw a car that seemed just like my teacher April's car, but she's not a computer of that something. She's the human approach. She's called the brain person. She brains to just be a brain, not a computer. People brain for a living. They don't compute for a living. They brain for a living. They still process, and process is computing. That's a computer. They got a processor in their brain, and computers compute. So yeah, they could be a computer. They process information. So yeah, that's just their job title. It doesn't mean they're a computer, though. But yeah, like I'm saying, a biggest approach is that these houses from out here, they have no computers in them. They just have people in those houses. And my biggest approach as computer being a job title, as far as I used to know, we don't compute. So therefore, you got to stop comparing yourself to that. Because you're not that. You're a human.